between Mercedes-Benz and it's about electrical transparency on the shop floor, and on the agenda we have 4 points. First, we're going to start with who are we, then the motivation for this pilot, why did we do this, then third, the challenges and our approach together, and fourth, last but not least, the outcome and the added value for Mercedes-Benz. And little introduction when I'm talking, and I can maybe start with this one. So I'm Philip on the right hand side. I'm from Squared, one of the co-founders and CPO responsible for our product. So it means our customer requirements to our software platform and for sales. And I'm very happy to have you all on board. And I want to give over to Valerie.
Valerie, you're still muted.
Valerie, maybe you just drop out the session for a second and we just continue in the meanwhile. Drop out, reload the page and then come in. That worked for me because I also had problems. And we just continue in the meanwhile.
Okay, then maybe with Patrick. Oh.
Okay. Hi, my name is Patrick Becker. I'm from the EE Integration Center at Mercedes-Benz Cars and Vans. And in our department, we are mainly responsible for the integration of the EE technology in our production plants. And I'm the project leader of this production use case as a part of the Golden Product Profile. Our idea was to bring the data which is generated within the development process to our colleagues at the shop floor. And with the idea, we come together with Valerie from the strategy, Daniel from R&D, and Philip from Spread to build this impressive example of digitalization, which we will show you today. And I'm very happy to show you our results in this breakout session, and I will hand over to Daniel.
Yes, my name is Daniel Metzinger. I'm in charge of special cables, wires, and data transmission systems in general, and also for cable protection systems. And talking about this topic, I was the interconnection to the R&D department for the wiring harness applications, and also supporting the guys from our operations and Mercedes-Benz strategy to fulfill the targets we had in the case. And now I want to hand over to Philip.
Yeah, is Valerie back again, because I cannot see you?
No, at the moment he's not in the call.
Okay, maybe we can say something to Valerie. Hopefully he can join in a second. But I think we should not lose the time because we are a little bit behind our planned time of an half hour. So would you want to do this, Daniel, or? Yeah,
I can do that. So I think you meant me. I'm not sure because we have two Daniels. So yeah, Valerie is mainly in charge he's the manager in strategy and in charge of the digital accelerator in this case. And he was the project lead from the corporate strategy side for digital initiatives. And he started Golden Product Profile in general, and also was mainly responsible for the connections to the operations side and also for the R&D side. So, yeah. Okay, then we're going to go to a little video which we created for you guys in this breakout session, which shows a little bit the complexity of the wiring harness of a full car. And that was also the topic of a pilot course yesterday. And you see the research development defining the wiring, assembling the and ensuring the functionality of the code. And the research and development, you see the complexity of this enormous wiring harness in an S-class, and seeing directly feedback in the operations to the R&D and then in the after sales as well. Okay, so yeah, a little introduction that you know where we are. So in the topic of electrical communication means all the cables, all the wiring in the car, and The next one is the challenges from today, and I want to give over to Patrick from Mercedes-Benz.
Yes, the introduction video shows us the complexness of the vehicle wiring system in our cars today. And in the last years, we noticed that the challenges in the production area are changing more and more. While the vehicle assembly in the past mainly consisted of mechanical work steps, today the EE topics are more and more in the focus. The complexity of the EE systems in the cars increases, and with it the demands for the informations about the systems and the connections in the production. And here we can see more functionality come into the plants by increasing count of EE components, and we get a higher degree of cross-linking. The data is sent over the buses is higher than in the last years. And another challenge is to handle the high vehicle variance. Every car we build is individual configured by our customers, and through the large possibility of features, nearly no car is like another one. And yes, through the international requirements, we get a larger count of vehicles. And yes, the workers need immense EE understanding to analyze these systems and the whole wiring. And so far, they use complex 2D diagrams and hard to understand manuals. And despite these challenges, we will continue to bring the highest quality to our customers. And to meet these new challenges, we start this project. And on the next slide, Valerie will start to explain the solution we created together with Strat.
Okay, thanks. I'm trying for one more time. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Great. Yeah, I'm Valerie, and I'm in MBC strategy. And in my last job as lead from MBC data analytics and AI strategy, we found out we have a lot of know-how in our area from MBC. We have information and know-how to product creation of our product in R&D. We have know-how in operations in production, from production of our car, and we have a lot of information and know-how from sales and after sales. And the idea was how we can bring all this information together and nearby on our product. It's born to develop a product in which we can bring information from all areas together and share this information with areas. And our first use case was in operations, and Bartek can explain how information are, which we share with our shop floor colleagues.
Yes, as Valerie explained, together with Strat and their platform, we create an application which just help us to bring the EE data into the Factory 56. We create a digital twin which collects many necessary informations. The base for the visualization are the 3D data, and the user can get all relevant informations he needs. And I think the biggest advantage is that we can filter the components by the production number. When the user puts the production number from the car in the tool, he gets an exactly copy of this car on his screen. And in the model are all EE components, and the wirings are located, like in the real car. And by the search function, it's possible to find them all. In addition, he can get more information, for example, the connections and the signal lines between the components or the pin configuration from the connectors. This tool helps everyone in the plant to get the right EE information and bring more transparency to the shop floor workers. The users help us directly to develop this application by sharing their demands for this tool with us. And for this tool, we just collect data in different development departments and bring them together. It shows how we in operations can profit from the knowledge and the data which is already available in the company. And now Philip will explain you on the next slide what the ideas behind the spread platform.
Yes, thank you, Patrick. And yeah, yesterday we had a pilot talk, and there we discussed a little bit, about our purpose and our motivation, what we're doing here. And in the end, we transform data into new insights, and we're starting with mainly with the product data, which came from the R&D sector. And in this case, which we did, it came from the EE colleagues, like Daniel Metzinger and co. And we take this information, understanding this information like an engineer, having the insights into our platform. Yeah, so this is in the middle, so our platform. And based on this, we have to ensure that it's easy to understand. And then we have to spread this information to the people who need that. And in this case, there was the workers on the shop floor directly on the new S-Class production of Factory 56 in Sindelfingen. And maybe I can say something to this approach or to our approach, because we are focusing mainly on the user requirements, and we have to fulfill this, because otherwise they will not use our software products. And we had the pressure with 100 days, so starting with the idea and going to the users and starting then to develop in 100 days an application which is able to run in the factory. And this was our approach. So spread blueprint, I would say. So we're starting with the definition, with a design thinking process where we are interviewing and working together, collaboration with the end users. In this case, we were in Bremen and in Sindelfingen to get this information from the shop floor workers. After that, we developed in 2-week sprints together with Mercedes, and then now we are in the usage phase, and now we are checking the needs and having iterations with the users and so on. And that was possible then through this good cooperation with Mercedes, together with all the colleagues that was from a strategy, from an IT, production, shop floor, whatever. So, and R&D, sorry, Daniel. So that was possible then to develop this case, which we want to show you now in a little video from the shop floor in 100 days. So, and now this is what we have done. I think you are not really able to hear the sound, but you see the title is here and some feedback from the users. So this is what Patrick mentioned. You can search for a car, find this directly. You have the Fin-specific car on the screen, on a tablet in this case, and then you can analyze the whole communication in this car, finding all the components, finding all the plugs and so on, and having now it understandable. And as Patrick mentioned, today we are coming from 2D highly complex PDFs, and we beamed the workers into the 3D with all the information they need. Yeah, you can see the screen, so of the whole wiring in 3D, and this is the colleague Patrick on the screen. Yeah, discussing with the workers. Just the intelligent analysis of the electrical communication as a network. As you can see, also in LiveNet, it's called LiveNet.
I will give you in a later stage a little bit more information what I have said over here, because that's me.
Yeah, so that was our video with some feedbacks from the users, and now we're coming to the outcome. You saw the outcome. You saw the guys are really able to use the software in the shop floor. So we are deployed this on the Mercedes-Benz cloud, and now I want to give over to Patrick, Daniel, and Valerie for the added value and for the outcome for Mercedes-Benz.
Patrick, you're unmuted.
Patrick, you're still muted.
Sorry, thank you. Yes, from the operations
still muted.
perspective.
No, we can hear you. I
Can you hear me? Okay.
Okay.
Yes, from the operation perspective, we bring a new transparency into the EE environment. And in conclusion, we create a database which brings the information directly to the guys at the shop floor. And now they can get the informations quickly and exactly tailored for their issue, and that on a central and digital platform, on the platform from Strat. And yes, I think that's the main points from the operations perspective. And now, Daniel will show us some points from the development side.
Okay, so yeah, thank you, Patrick. I will pick up on the point of Patrick because of the cross-functional data utilization. Normally, the R&D department are the owners of the 3D data, and what is our approach? We want to create target-oriented information for users. So what would that mean? We want to have an enrichment of the 3D data, which implements the electrological information, or for example, the position of the component, or other process relevant data. And as Philip has yesterday already mentioned, data is the new oil and accessible information is the new gold. So that's our strategy. What benefits do we have? First, we have with the startup Autobahn a cooperation with startup and the program. Therefore, we will get, or we are able to get fast access to cutting edge technologies on one hand, and also the out of the box mindset of the startup, because they are not seeing everything as granted. So therefore, they're challenging the status quo. We want to create new solutions contributing to our overall mission of sustainable luxury. So by performing holistic iteration cycles, which means that we implement all of the stakeholders, which are, for example, the operations or the after sales department, we increase the cross-functional value added. So as a result, you will have also a higher commitment. So the next real benefit is that we will increase also our level of maturity, which means our product design is holistic. We will get directly the feedback loops from the operations department, or for example, from the repairability side, which is more or less focusing on the after sales requirements, or for example, also other KPIs from other stakeholders. And we heard a lot of topics in the last days, hours, concerning the sustainability approach in general. And we, with our parts requirement assistance system, evaluate the best fit approach for the specific components keeping in mind that we have different requirements in our vehicles. And that contributes also to our part standardization strategy. Therefore, we will create experience curve and scale effects, for example. So that means we have two lowering effects in terms of logistics and shipment. We have a decreasing variety of parts, which results in a lower number of shipments in our global supply chain, and also a design to cost approach, which means we have, as an example, an optimal amount of copper and the components. So therefore, we have to ship less weight in our global supply chain, and therefore also acting sustainable as our mission is. So having that said, I will hand over to Valerie, and he will give you a glimpse or some insights focusing on the blueprint for other series and plants.
Thank you, Daniel. I can say, of course, we are already in beginning to scale this know-how, this is technology in rights to R&D, and our motivation is to bring also information from other areas, from operations and from after sales to R&D to make our products more better. Our motivation is to make better cars, and we will try to scale so fast as we can this application to other plants in Germany and in the overall. And this is scaling. This is scaling in horizontal, but we have other ideas to scale this vertical. To R&D and to after sales, we are beginning to try to invent new ideas for more use cases with our strong partner, with Spread. I'm very thankful. Spread is it's a good partner which works with us very fast and very agile. And yeah, I say thank you for everyone which support us in this project and in this initiative.
Cool. Yes, thank you very much. We also enjoyed the cooperation with you together in this case and also in the actual cases. And yeah, so this is what we prepared for you in the audience. And now we have, for the last minutes, hopefully some questions. And
also very, very important is we have where do I have it? Here. We have a summary about this project. You can find it on the Expo 10 website. And you can also send me an email and I'll share this with you. There, the whole project is described. I will also post it the next couple of days on LinkedIn. So you guys can also share it. We can spread the word about Spread AI. All right. Then have a good day, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks, you too.
Happy networking.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
bye.